Hello and welcome to episode 29 of How Not to Play All the Mods 10 to the Sky with Squiz98. So last episode we made this, which is the Extreme Reactors fusion reactor. The one that bombards things out as opposed to the other one that's not possible. So we made that. Now with that we were making cyanide, I think it's called, which is the one that comes into here. We created I changed this over actually because I realized by putting in the cooling stuff, the ports, it didn't create energy. So I've now changed that. I've put it into a fuck plug. I also created a bunch of Enderium blocks as the cooling. Just quickly show you over here what I did there. I just made a very simple alloy smelter from Ender.io. I had all of the stuff to do that already, and then just created these patterns, created the capacitor. So that's how I did that. I just had to wait a long time for it. So today the plan is we are going to look at making the reprocessor. Now I've made all of the components we need, I think. So all I did was at extreme and then did REP, so reprocessing. So the things you need, depending on whether you make it with glass or with the casings, so you can do either. I've gone with glass and casings. You need one of these, the reprocessor controller, one collector, one waste injector, one fluid injector, one output port, and one power port. Now it's a 3x3, so I'm going to move this 3 across from here. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to start placing here. So let's grab these. Now actually, I've remembered, you actually need to put this one up so that you can get stuff out the bottom a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of these factory blocks, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this up. So we need to be able to access the middle one, so I might raise it up 2. And then break that. So now what we do is we place down basically a 3x3, but I believe the collector has to go in the middle at the bottom. And then we'll carry it on. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Right, so it's 5, so it's in total 7 tall. Okay, so now your controller, so let's grab the controller. You're going to put this just in the front because why not? We're also going to put put the power port on the back. We'll just do that with a gate probably. Now we need to put in output port fluid injector. So actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move this up one. Put the fluid injector here. It's probably the waste injector that goes here, and we'll put, I don't know if we need this one, but yeah. So what we're now going to do is fill the rest in with glass. So it has to be the reprocessor glass. So I think I miscalculated slightly by about 3 because I put an extra 3 ports in that I wasn't sure I'd need, but right, no. So obviously I've done something wrong here. What have I done wrong? Does this thing go on the top? I can never remember where that thing goes. Let's try it on top. let's just try this in the bottom. Okay. Might need to do. Let's get the Extreme Rex book out. I'm sure I made it. Is it still in my inventory? No. Now, I made that. I know I made that. What's it called? The Extreme Book. Apparently I have 2 of them. Right, let's have a look at this. See what it says about the reprocessor. The reprocessor, multi-block, how to build. Right, here we go. So the reprocessor is a 3x3 and 7 block time machine built from casting block, casing blocks, and glass can be used in frame checky for reprocessor port for restrictions. Okay, so you need some sort of input on the top. That's an output port. Okay, so we'll try this one here. Maybe I do need the glass. Right, let's put this bit of glass here. Let's put this port on the top. Take that one out and put this one on the bottom. There we go. So that's now. So right, you've got to have the collector on the bottom, the waste injector on the top. Now I don't know what this one's for, but we'll see. Fluid injector there, and we're just going to use a gate on this. So let's grab a gate. So there, so that should now power that up. Yep, cool. Now what I was planning on doing is I might just run it up the side here. No, here. And then I can run underneath as well. So we'll grab some line cables. Let's get some dents to start with as well. And then make some more of these. Right. Okay. So I'm going to just break down here for a second. So, and then I want to break up where I'm going at it, which we decide is going to be here. So it's not far, but you know, right. So I'll go to there with that. Right. There we go. So I can put that block back in there now. Okay, so from here we are going to wrap up over the top here and put an injector. So no, I just want export bus. Oh, make one of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that on there. We're going to grab some cyanite. See, this stuff. I'll throw that in there. Grab some acceleration cards. And then we're gonna guess go this way. So that should now be importing cyanide into there. Cool. Now, just gonna duck under here, and we're going to get a sink because we need to put water into this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this here for the moment. I'm going to go in and get some mechanism pipes. What's the pipe called? Mechanical pipe. Right, so I've obviously not made this stuff yet, so let's just get ourselves some patterns for these. Those in the place here. We want the ultimate. Let's make 100 of those. There we go. Right, and we're also going to need our configurator. So let's grab a configurator. So all we're going to do now is we're going to put one of these pipes on there. We're going to set this to export. Then put this as an insert. So that should... So it's got water, it's got the buffer, it's got that. So if we now turn this on, it's now creating blue plutonium, which is in here, but you can't just grab it out. So I wonder if we grab an import bus, which I still haven't made a... I'm going to make a pattern for this because I keep making them and I'm like, oh. Import bus. Relay in the system. This one. Right. Put that on there. Put some acceleration cards in it. Now it'd be nice if I could grab this stuff out before doing that, so I can make a draw for it actually. So let's do that. Let's grab a hopper. Just one hopper. Now in theory I think this should work. So I'll just put that there. No? Oh. Oh, it's in there. Okay. Right. So it doesn't need to be that like that. We can pull it out from here. Okay. So if I pull that out quickly and then put this on there, put the cards in there, and then we'll run some green cable down the side of it. Break this quickly because that's going to be a dense cable there. What I'm going to quickly do is go and create a compacting drawer for this so that we don't, you know, just one of these ones. Just do this. I put the cyanide over it as well, so functional storage. Make that and that. So first off, let's lock this. Then we will add it to the network. Then we will put that in there. And then we're going to remember to actually give these upgrades so that they can store some. Right, so that's all sorted now. So let's put these away that I don't need. Okay, cool. Let's just put more stuff away that I don't think I need at the moment. Don't need that, don't need that. Will need that, don't need that. Don't need that anymore. Don't think I need that. Right, let's head back over there and we will get this going. It's over here. I need to move this so I can get through easier. Right. So we've done this bit. We just need to get underneath it and connect it up now. So this is going to be dense cables again. There we go. So that's now connected up. We should see one of 32 channels. Cool. So that should now be exporting that. Now, the reason we wanted that was so we could make plutonium. So plutonium, if we right click on that, and then if I use a crusher on it, so one of the, put it in the if I put it in the macerator, it does it as well. So let's just make a macerator. We're on an electric macerator. We're on to hull. So one of these highly advanced hulls. Go into our, I think this one's the modern industrialization. Yeah. I also just put a canning machine here because I was getting fed up with the lack of being able to do buckets of lava and stuff like that. So yeah. Right. So we're going to want an overclocker. No. Overdrive module, that's the one. Put that in there. And then we probably should make a pattern for this. Plutonium dust. So we're going to go into the macerator, do this, put 64 there, and put 64 there, set that, make a pattern, put that in there, we need our wrench. Okay, let's just quickly go into it, put that on, and now let's see if we can make some of this. So that's going into there, it's doing its thing. I mean, it's quite slow, but it is doing its thing. Let's have a look how many. Oh wow, is this, which one's which? Is that the, that's the turbo. So that's the highly advanced upgrade. So let's just grab a stack of those. We'll just throw that into there for giggles. Just right. So now we've got that, we should be able to make so let's see, can we make one of these? Don't have enough liquid air, we don't have any iridium plates, we don't have any tritium or superconductor. Okay, so let's have a look at superconductor. So I have the hot ingot. Is that going over to here? So no, I make the hot ingot there. Did I put it down here? Right, so that goes into there. So missing annealed copper dust, which, okay. So is that a macerator recipe? Yep. Well, let's get another macerator. hole. Another overdrive module. Alright. So, what if I put in that there? Then we put that in there. Put that in there. Do that. Put the auto eject on. Make a pattern for this stuff. And we go 64. Set. 64. Set. Put that in there. So this thing now should be starting to make the, let's see if I can get down there again. So was it this one? So that should be starting to make that now. So let's get out of here. Oof. This one. Yeah, so this is now making superconductor, which will then be throwing it over to here. Go to that one. Which one's it going into? Not actually sure, but once it gets this, it will start putting it into one of them. Was it this one? Well, that's stainless steel. Milled copper. It may well be this one. Let's grab my Super Factory Manager. This thing. And then we... hot stainless. Oh, that one doesn't have one. Right, okay. Hot titanium. Do I have a hot... Did I not create it? Okay. Item from okay. So this is called Super. Item Super from interface to hot canthal input. Hot Super underscore input. So pull those. Hot Super input. And that's going to be that one. And then we push those back into there. Now, why has that still got stainless steel in there? Is it not pulling out properly? Drive fluid. Output hatch. Don't know what that's doing in there. Shouldn't be in there. I think it was just stuck in there by accident. Right, so this should now be making superconducting fluid. Obviously, I'm not sure how quick it is. I thought we could go through the heat exchanger. Cryo fluid, argon, helium. Let me see if I've done something wrong here. Oh no, it creates argon and helium. Hang on. cryofluid, superconductive energy. So that's that got cryofluid. It's got cryofluid. Oh, I know why. I'm an idiot. It was doing stainless steel before this, so obviously where I had the overdrive module in it, it was blocking it. So once that's got down to 0, it will start doing that one. There we go. Right. So now we should be starting to get that. Right. So now let's see what else we're missing. So liquid air, iridium plates, missing some of that, tritium. I thought one of these over here was doing liquid air. Let's have a quick look. No, I thought it was this one. Was this one here? So that's creating liquid air, but it's obviously being used as quickly as it's coming in, which is slightly concerning. But that's easily fixable, because all we need to do is put a fluid output hatch on one of these, which is, so this no longer actually none of these are actually needed anymore, because that one was doing annealed copper, but we're doing that somewhere else now. This one's doing this. We're doing that over there now. Doing that. And doing that. So these actually aren't needed anymore, so I could actually just switch these all over to doing liquid air. So so it's just an import bus and an interface. If I switch these around, right, so let's get rid of all of this stuff. So let's fix these up. So that's the item input, item output. Let's switch those around. So that's the put that in there, put that in there. Right, and do the same here. And the same here. And same here. And same on this one. Right. So So what was the thing in this thing called? Yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 9. Just going to put like 9 in each of these just to speed it up. Oh, they're singular. Damn it. Right. 1 spoon per hatch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, does that mean that these things can hold a lot more? Oh, that's only got a turbo hatch on it. Oh, right. So how many does this one hold? 9, 10. So 5, 15. So let's just like make these. Some of this stuff away that I don't actually need at this moment in time. Right, so if we were doing 9, I can do 15 on each of them, so that's 6 times 5. Right, so what I need to now do is grab some interfaces. So I need, that'll do, and yeah, that one will do. We need some import buses, so we need 5 of them. 5 of them. We're going to need some induction cards. Right, so let's start off putting the stuff on the HV. Right, and that's the output hatch for the fluids, so we're going to put that on there. Okay, and I go for red cable, get some dense and some regular. So we'll come up here with a dense to there. How many start? That's 4, 5. Right, if I go to the next one, it's gonna kind of break things. So we'll come up here with another piece, and then we can fill these 3 in. So they should now be making liquid air. So let's have a look at our liquid air supply. Right, that's cool. That's working. That's working. That's working. That's working. Great. So we're now getting more liquid air than we had before. I mean, not a huge amount of it, but let's see if there's a better way. Vacuum freezer, pressurizer, canning machine. So vacuum freezer is the best way. Okay. So hopefully once the efficiency on these that will increase the out. Oh, hang on, is that not? Let's put some acceleration cards. Let's see what we're doing now. We're doing a lot better now. So let's now have a look at quantum. So next, so we're missing iridium plates and tritium. So how do we make tritium? So centrifuge, it's hydrogen, which gets you deuterium and tritium. So let's get ourselves a centrifuge. We have one there. You want a hull. We've only got one left. Let's make another one because I'm pretty sure we're going to need another one of them soon. We've got 2 spaces here. Cool. So put that there. Put that in there. We'll come into here. We'll do this. We'll go to this. If we do that, times 64, set, times 64, set, not divided, times 64, set. I mean, it's a slow process, but it will work. Right, did I really put away my wrench, didn't I? Right, we got an overdrive module. Another one of them as well, so let's get one of them crafting. Okay, put that in there. Grab my wrench, do this. And then do that. And how's it spelled? Tritium. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, so I need to do another pattern as well. Do that. And throw those both in there. And then that's going to take a while. Yeah, I think that one's going to need some more of these. This is going to be an important one for this. So we'll give that those. So that can... Oh, okay, maybe, yeah, it will just go through. Right, and the other thing we need to make is the iridium plate, which, requires the implosive... This thing. Okay, well, we've not looked into making this yet, so that's another multi-block we've got to make. So blast-proof casings, solid titanium casings, 16, 17. Oof. And that has to be made in a assembler. Okay. Right. Now, I'm going to do something a bit... so I'm not making either of these yet. Right. How are they made? Right, so I'm making them, that's good. What about these ones? Nope. Making this stuff? Oh, okay, so that needs to go in the implosion chamber to make that. Huh? Oh, okay, so you can make this stuff in the electric compressor from blast-proof ingots. Okay, which I am already making. But it's probably going to be quicker in one of those things. Okay, so what we've got here. Let's just make another assembler. Gonna need one. Not really. Just the one. We'll just do one for the minute. Let's go through just getting rid of what we've done. Don't need that anymore. I haven't got around to making those yet, so. So those two are just crafting recipes, so that's fine. So let's just throw those in. So we're already making the mixed blast-proof ingots. But we need to make... How many do we need to make this thing? So it's one per thing. We need two for that. Okay. So 4 per thing. 4 of them, 16. And I bet if we look at this, this requires 1 each. Okay. Okay, so 8. And it says we need how many? 16. 8 times 16. Plus, yeah, okay. What we'll do is we'll just make... hang on before that's ready. Oh, there it is. So it's steel that's holding this one up. What I'll do is I will come back once I've got the things I need to make that blast proof or the blast compressor thing. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I've got most of the things we need. I'm going to build this up too. Then we're going to see how this looks. So if I put a wrench in my offhand, put this down. Okay, so I need to move it over 1. Cool. That no, we got it wrong. Right. That there. So if we place these down. These. The shape is valid, but we're still going to need probably import and export. So let's go for item import, item export. Let's actually quickly see what we need to make this. So it's just items. Okay. At mod item advanced item output hatch. On the advanced item input hatch. Okay. Put the output hatch there. We'll put the import hatch there. Then we want to get a pattern provider. That there. But then we're going to get a pipe. Pipes. So just grab an item pipe. Just going to need one. Grab an upgrade for it. We'll put that there. Grab our wrench. That's going to go there. Put that in there. And then just connect this up with dense blue cable. So, dense blue cable. If we just hop this up here, that'll be online. We can then put that in there and then swap this one up here for the good pattern. And so down here somewhere we'll be struggling with tungsten. Eventually, I believe, over here. Okay, so that's going down. As if it's making it. Let's stick an overdrive module in this thing. Oh, looks like it's already finished those. So let's try that again. Okay, so that's not going down. This thing need power? Maybe it does. Okay. Let's grab a HV. HV. Okay, it looks like it does need this. So let's throw that in there. So maybe this, I think this might work. Just need some blue cable. Make it into the full size one again, see if that works. That's better. Right, so that does need power as well. Okay. So we're just waiting for those. Now that should be doing its thing. Oh, it's already done it. Cool. So we should have like 300. Yeah, cool. Cool. So, we do need to make another one of these for the iridium. So let's have a look. What's the iridium plate require? Mixed iridium ingot, which is in a packer. So blast proof and iridium, cool. And then, so we've done that one, done that one, done that one. So that's what we need. So we need a packer. And we need, so the same again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14 titanium. So we actually need 11 of those. Cool. We need an one of these, one of these. We also need a HV. We need a did I take the recipe for that out of there? Didn't think I did. No. Oh, an implosion chamber. One of these. And then we also need 16 of these. Speed this along. We need to speed this one up here. Much quicker. Right, so let's have a look. So input there. Input, output, HV, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. One of these, which goes in there, and we need these in a ring. And these go on top. Then we just need to, right, so we need a pattern provider, and we need a flux assessor. We need a pipe. One of them and one of these. There we go. So that's everything we need for that. Wrench there, and then up there, put that in there, and then just run this cable along and we'll be good. Cool. Right, so let's make that pattern. Go into actually our pattern making thing. That one. So that can go into there. And then we need to make, have we got the packer ready yet? Electric packer. We could do another pattern provider. An induction card. Overclocker, overdrive module. Yeah, we've got everything we need. So let's put the packer down first. Let's put this down next. Let's give it an induction card. Let's give that that. Let's do this. Auto eject is on. Run another sine cable along there. And make this pattern. Not that one, it's this one. Put that in there. And try an iridium plate. I'll make 10 of them. So we don't have iridium ingots. Okay. So how does one make an iridium ingot? Okay. So we have plenty of iridium and iridium dust, so I need to make a smelting pattern for that. So we can make that, we can make that. Okay. So if I do this. Right, yep. So let's make a pattern for this, just in a regular with this, go 64, 64. Come in here. It's probably right at the bottom. Unobtainium furnace. Stick that in there. And then we'll try that again. It looks like we might have everything we need. Let's just go speed this one up a bit. Alright, so that's making the blasting stuff first. At which point, once it's finished making that, it will go up to the packer, which is doing its thing. Then it should start coming over to here. If I'd put these around the right way. So the input hatch has to go here, and the output hatch has to go there. And then I just need to quickly fix this. So it's just a case of waiting that out now. So what I'll do is I'll come back once that's finished doing that, and then we'll look at crafting our first quantum piece. So we've completed the iridium plates. I've now put these into the system to try and get them so they're not so sort of like, you know, backed up. So now let's look at making the quantum. Where are we? One of these. So hopefully that should not take too long. Let's see what it needs to craft. Helium-3. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a little while, but hopefully not too long. Now, I can't remember what that's needed for, but it's probably these things. Yep. Singularity, yeah. But then we can make this. This. So we can make all of this once we can make these quantum upgrades. Have I put that in my system? No, I haven't. So let's have a look at these. Because they're the next things we really want to be making. We don't make UU matter yet. So how does one make UU matter? You get a singularity. And you get 1 millibucket per singularity. Wow. What's the singularity take? Ultra dense matter ball and a nuke. Okay. So we have plutonium. So let's look how you make this stuff. Explosion chamber, mixed nuclear plate. Ugh. Right. Beryllium plate, cadmium plate. Oh dear. How do you make a beryllium? How do you make beryllium? Beryllium tiny dust. Okay, no. So how does one get beryllium? Electrolyzer, emerald dust. Okay. Let's put that in there. So that gets us that. Okay. Which will allow us to make that. Once we've made that, and we've made that. Hang on. No. So beryllium dust is used to make tiny beryllium dust. No, not that. Right, so tiny beryllium dust, stainless steel nugget, and industrial TNT gets us that. So we'll get rid of that one. So we need those. So that's got from that. Yep. Then we need to make this thing, which is just a compressor recipe. Don't know what I did there. I should just right. That is just a crafting recipe. Just that one there. That can go back in there. That one is an electrolyzer recipe. So we got we need another blast chamber for that one. That one's a packer. That one's another blast recipe. Yeah, so those two go together. That's just a crafting recipe. We don't make those yet, so yeah. Crafting. Compressor recipe there for tungsten. They're all crafting. Okay. Nukes and assembler recipe. Let's get ourselves some more patterns. Singularity. Oh, another implosion chamber one. We've got that. We've got that. We've got that. Got that. UU matter. So that's an electrolyzer. Okay, so we've got that. And that's an assembler recipe. Right, okay. So what I might do is I might try and get all of these machines in place between episodes, and then next episode we can create or try and create a quantum upgrade, or at least start the process. So I think that's where we're going to call it for tonight. But guys, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. thank you to the people who've sort of like made comments on previous videos. It really does sort of like mean the world to me. If you do like the videos, please feel that'd be great if you could hit a like button, or even the subscribe button. I know it's the mantra of the YouTuber, so hit the like, hit the subscribe, but it really does mean a lot, and doesn't cost anything, so you know, bonus. But yeah guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.